A lot of excitement here. The curtains are going up on Broadway. This in New York City. Governor Andrew Cuomo announcing that theaters can reopen at 100% capacity starting September 14th. And how about this? Tickets go on sale today if you want to visit the Big Apple and be entertained. This announcement coming more than a year after the Great White Way went dark last March, and a very exciting time. Happy to have Chazz Palminteri, actor and host of the new podcast, The Chazz Palminteri Show. He is also the owner of Chazz Palminteri Italian Restaurant, that in Midtown Manhattan. So grab a bite if you're out there checking out a show in the fall. Chazz, big fan. I'm so glad that you came on today, and because how awesome is this? First, can I just get your reaction on that? You heard Broadway finally being able to get that green light, if you will. What does that mean to the production crew, to the actors, and to all the tourists and visitors that flock to the city to be on Broadway?
Absolutely. I mean, New York is not New York without Broadway. Broadway brings so much life and excitement to New York. The restaurants, not only the restaurants, the people, all the tourists that come in. It's alive. Without Broadway, New York is not New York. I mean, I drive through it now, and it's just dead. It breaks my heart. But I'm so excited that they're going to open it. All the shows are coming back. People will start to come back, and New York will be back the way it was.
Yeah, I've got so many different friends and family members reach out to me, and they all say the same thing, which is what you just said, is like, I can't come back to New York until Broadway opens up because that's what I want to see. You're right about that. And one of the things you can see is your show, your one-man show, A Bronx Tale, which you star in. If I'm correct on this, it was one of the shows impacted when the Broadway shutdown happened. Is your show going to be able to return? Are you in any kind of plans to rework this? Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, actually, the Broadway show, no, that ran for 2 years, the musical, and then it was impacted on the road. And we were doing incredible, the musical on the road, and I was impacted because I still do my one-man show that I did 30 years ago that Robert De Niro saw, and that's how the movie got made. For people who want to know about the one-man show and see the schedule, all they have to do is go to chazzpalminteri.net, and it has my schedule for the whole year, for this year and next year. But now that, Broadway's opening, and I'm sure the road companies will open, my musical of A Bronx Tale will be back on the road too.
Okay, so you are going to be performing?
Yes. I'll be doing the one-man show. All they have to do is go on my website, chazzpalminteri.net, or my Instagram, and or my podcast, and I will be announcing where I'm going to be.
You know what I think about, too, when all this happens, and this is what I brought up a lot in conversations, are the actors and people like yourself, because you make it so far, you work so hard, and there's a lot of younger ones out there, too, that finally made it. You want to make it to Broadway. That's making it for these folks. When the shutdown happened, I mean, I've seen them performing in Central Park. I've seen them at hole-in-the-wall bars, performing at piano bars, wherever they can. What will this be like, aside from the tourists, but the folks on stage? How will this play out?
Sure. I think that's for some people, it'll be life-changing. You imagine this, you work your whole life, you finally get the part on Broadway, and then all of a sudden, you're about to start, and Broadway closes. My heart breaks for those people, but thank God they'll be back, and they'll be doing it again. The big shows will come back first, like Wicked, Lion King, Phantom of the Opera. Those are all muscle memory, and the actors have been doing those for a long time. So they're going to be back out of gangbusters. Hamilton, those shows are going to be kicking it right away.
Yeah. It's interesting to talk to you because there are two ways you were impacted by this. One, obviously, by the Broadway shutdowns, too, but also you're a restaurant owner.
Yes.
The city starting to reopen. They're talking about May 19th being that date, but as you know, you've had to follow those protocols. That was outdoor dining, then a little bit indoor, then it was back to outdoor, then it's 25%, 35%, 50%. What's it been like for you, and what's it been like for your employees, and keeping them coming back and to keep customers coming in?
Well, thank God, we stayed open, and we did, we kept it at 25%, then we did 35, then we did 50. I don't understand that. For some reason, the COVID germ knows the difference between 25 and 35. But I guess that's what they said, and that's what they wanted, and that's what we did. And now it's going to be 100%. Look, as far as my restaurant goes, I was really impacted because I had the top Italian restaurant in Manhattan, and all of a sudden, from killing it, doing gangbusters, to nothing. Nothing. So, but you know what? We survived. In fact, we survived so good that we opened up another Italian restaurant in White Plains, New York, on 264 Main Street. Chazz Palminteri's there again. So, you know what? We survived. We're survivors. And we did well. So I'm happy. But I just want to see all the restaurants come back to New York. A lot of them closed down. I think a third of the restaurants will not be back.
That's sad to note in itself, because I know so many places when I'm walking around Midtown and I see the doors closing. They're not coming back, and you're exactly right about that, and it is sad. And by the way, it's good, though, that you were able to stay open. I've got to ask, for those tourists that may be flocking back to the city, they want to check out your restaurant, Chazz Palminteri. Are they going to be able to see Chazz Palminteri inside of that restaurant at any time? Do you ever visit your own restaurant?
You know what? A lot of people, a lot of celebrities put their name on things and don't go. I'm there all the time. I go a lot. I'm in the city doing my interviews. Where am I going to do my interview? I say, meet me in my restaurant. When I go out to eat, if I'm in the city, I tell my wife, you know what? Let's go to the restaurant. I do that all the time. Even if I eat at another restaurant because I just want to take my wife to a different place, I come to my restaurant for dessert. So I'm there all the time.
Well, I'm going to come see you now. I'm going to hold you to that. All right. I'm going to come see you.
I hope you do.
I will. I will. But before we go, tell our viewers where we can check out your podcast.
My podcast is on YouTube, Spotify, Google, and YouTube, Spotify, and Google.
All right.
So you can see it a new episode comes out every Monday at 11 o'clock. You can go on my Instagram. You can see where a teaser of the episode. Yeah. And it's blowing up really big, and I'm really excited.
Well, we're very excited to talk to you and to have you on today. Best of luck to you. I will see you soon, Chazz. Chazz Palminteri joining us live.
Listen, I hope to see you at the restaurant now.
Oh, I'm going to be there. Save a seat for me.
You'll see me. God bless.
All right, God bless.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.